Come June 21, it will be decision day for the people of Ekiti. 18 candidates are gunning for one seat.
I am the next governor of Ekiti.
But the people will have the final say.
I know that tolerance has a very big place.
Join extensive coverage of the election and get up to the many details as development unfolds.
I'm the voice of Ekiti people.
With expert analysis from the best political team on television.
And that's modesty of island. Without
Join us all day June 21 to find out who emerges the next governor of Ekiti State.
We have agreed to move this state forward.
Keep a date with us on Core TV News. You can also watch us live on our website on www.coretvnews.com, a 24-hour news station.
Welcome to Core Digest this morning, and the topic: who wants Moratala Nyako out? On the 27th of May, that's precisely on Children's Day, when the nation celebrates Children's Day, the Adamawa State House of Assembly did ask the governor with a 3-day ultimatum to reinstate and reinstall the deduction which they call illegal of workers' payments during the month of May. They gave the governor 3 days to comply, and of course, if he didn't, that things that they did sometime in 2008 may follow suit. Well, it seemed yesterday the governor got the impeachment proceedings and notice from the House of Assembly. Members of the Adamawa House of Assembly served the governor and his deputy a notice of impeachment. This happened sometime in 2008, and the matter at that time, when the governor was still within the family of the PDP, was amicably sorted out as a family issue. But now the governor and his deputy, having passed on to another opposition party, which is the APC, the House, remaining a PDP household, wants to impeach Governor Moratala Nyako and his deputy, Bala Ngilari. This morning, the lines will be open to you, Facebook, Twitter, and of course you can watch us on YouTube. Make your comments. We're asking the question, who wants Moratala Nyako out? Welcome to Core Digest. Nifemi is here with me, and this morning, who really wants Moratala Nyako out?
I thought you were going to add a professional tag to my name. A guest anchor, I guess. But then, beyond who wants Moratala Nyako out, one would ask the question of the politics that have been in play in Adamawa for a while now. I said earlier that many would call him a king without a palace. Now, one would wonder how a governor will rule in the state without the full backing or support of the House of Assembly. And now, given the political history that we have in Nigeria and the role that these houses have played in the fate of many governors. Of course, you remember Ekiti, you remember quite a number of places where the houses of assembly have played a critical role in removing the chief executive of the state. Still brings to mind the power play that happens on that field. But looking beyond that, you see that Moratala Nyako has been served a notice of impeachment for gross misconduct.
Indeed.
Now, the speaker, the deputy speaker, says he cited section 188 of the Constitution and presented a document containing allegations of gross misconduct.
26 of it.
What amuses me is that 19 out of 25 members of Assembly signed that particular document, and of course that's the two-third. They have more than the two-third.
More than two-third requirement of the Constitution.
They need to remove the governor of that state. So if you ask an average political analyst, he will tell you that Moratala Nyako is gone already given the mathematics, but I want us to look beyond the two-third provision of the Constitution to much more than the Adamawa case, to look at the health of our political status in Nigeria. The fact that the moment someone is not wanted, we can use the machinery of the House of Assembly to kick them out. It happened, we saw the crisis at the Hallowed Chamber of the Rivers House of Assembly, and many, even the international community, said we had a lot of criticism against, what happened there. It's not only happening in Adamawa, we see it play out in Edo State. One would ask that beyond the machinery of political opponents and political tools, isn't the Halo Chamber known for more sacred purposes? For instance, this is the first time that we're going to hear, this is coming towards the end of Murtala's tenure, and this is the first time that the House of Assembly will be asking questions about financial accountability of the governor. As a matter of fact, while the proceeding was on, a member of the House asked the question, why is it coming at this time? And the Speaker said, it is better later than never. So you know that there's a lot of political coloration to it. Beyond the intention, what is asking, beyond the action, what is asking the big question, what is the intention behind all of this?
Well, if you ask me, because we're moderators, we're not expressed to espouse all of our opinions on such things, but take a look at most legislative houses. Most legislative houses of assemblies have the power of overseeing the executive, and the executive can't really work without its legislature. But when you find a discordant tune between the executive and the legislature, usually it is incumbent on the executive to find a balancing ground with which to meet with its legislature. Whatever is happening to Murtala and Yako, some will say, as some of the members did espouse, was the arrogance of the governor, it was said, that having moved over to the opposition party, not to even see the Legislative House of Assembly from where he was part of them as people to reckon with. Just like you said, one of the members did ask the question, why now? Why is it coming now? And somebody said, better late than never. If we cast our mind back 2008, when the issue of misappropriation came, some of the virtually all the same allegation that is now coming up, the PDP said at the time that it was a family affair, that the Adamawa State House of Assembly would have to resolve its issue just like a family. Of which, the governor was part of the ruling party, the PDP. And within a twinkle of an eye, in 2 weeks, the matter was resolved and the Legislative House of Assembly members were placated and they went on. Majority of that charges which was brought and what is now being put on paper again on notice for the governor. So when we ask the question, who really wants him out? It goes beyond the politics of the state. Now we have the interest of the federal might, that is the ruling party, the interest of the political party, as it were, that this is one of us who now decides to go to the other side. So let him declare his seats vacant. And if he's not going to do that, because of the executive nature of his job, being the governor of the state, we have to go through the legal means. And what is the legal means of taking out somebody, whether defecting or not? particularly as it states in our constitution, is to have the Legislative House of Assembly convene and take a proceeding of impeachment.
Reacting to the development already, Governor Oyako, through his Director of Press and Public Affairs, says it's a selfish move. And he says, and I quote, members of the House are planning something that will end up making them the sole beneficiaries, where the Speaker will be the acting governor and the Deputy Speaker becomes the Deputy Governor. And it's dramatic to know that this time around we're not only impeaching, the House is not only planning to impeach the governor, is planning
inclusive
to
of
the deputy.
Well.
And
yes.
the deputy governor, if you recall, did not defect with Oyako to the APC. And one would wonder what all of that is all about. But let's go prior to 2011. The ruling People's Democratic Party had a firm grip of the Adamawa House of Assembly with 20 members.
Indeed.
The ACN had 4 and the CPC had only 1 member. And then it went ahead like that before we had the mergers of the CPC, the ACN and one other party. And even as at that, we had about just 3 members of the House who were APC member.
Yes.
Recently, about last month, these 3 members defected from the APC to the PDP. This was after a threat by the Speaker of the House that we are ready to impeach anyone who defected, from PDP and who is not a part of the big party.
Indeed.
Now, one would look at the party play, but beyond all of that, one would also quickly remember the crisis in northern Nigeria. Immediately this impeachment notice was served, there was civil outcry. People are already on the streets. Now, one would ask the questions. Just recently, we heard about the riot, the civil outcry, as regards the appointment of Sanusi as the Emir of Kano. These are happening in states which presently are under the threat of terrorist attack every day. And this also brings to mind how leadership have been able to separate politics from the precious life of an average Nigerian. I don't think that we should be hearing this kind of political issues, especially when the security of these parts of the country is still under threat as regards the fight against terrorism.
Well, I want to refer to Professor Jubril Aminu, Senator Jubril Aminu, who is also from Adamawa, and referring to Governor Nyako, that the people are not happy with the governor, particularly with respect to the 2008 impeachment process. That's the that had the overwhelming bearing of the PDP to stall the impeachment process at the time. I don't know why they're not doing that even now, but it was so obvious. It was so obvious that majority of the people in the assembly seem shortchanged. Now the director you refer to who is a spokesman for
Shay, I'm afraid we have to take a quick break now. We'll just take a short break and we'll be back with you on the program called Digest. Do stay with us.
Come June 21, it will be decision day for the people of Ekiti. 18 candidates are gunning for one seat.
I am the next governor of Ekiti.
But the people will have the final say.
I know that tolerance has a very big place.
Join extensive coverage of the election and get up to the many details as development unfolds.
I'm the voice of Ekiti people.
With expert analysis from the best political team on television.
And that's honesty of island. Without
Join us all day June 21 to find out who emerges the next governor of Ekiti State.
We have agreed to move this state forward.
Keep a date with us on Core TV News. You can also watch us live on our website on www.coretvnews.com, a 24-hour news station.
Core TV News now provide a platform for live coverage of political rallies and electioneering campaign from anywhere in Nigeria. Political news stories, political editorial reviews, political discussions, personality profile, People's Parliament from the National, State and Local Government Assembly. Contact us now on 0803-471-8550 or 0803-724-9733. 01453-3407.
Our 24-hour news station.
Core TV News, expanding your view.
Come June 21, it will be decision day for the people of Ekiti. 18 candidates are gunning for one seat.
I am the next governor of Ekiti.
But the people will have the final say.
I know that tolerance has a very big place.
Join extensive coverage of the election and get up to the many details as development unfolds.
I'm the voice of the Ekiti people.
With expert analysis from the best political team on television.
And that's honesty of INEC without...
Join us all day June 21 to find out who emerges the next governor of Ekiti State.
We have agreed to move this state forward.
Keep a date with us on Core TV News. You can also watch us live on our website on www.coretvnews.com, a 24-hour news station.
Welcome again to Core Digest, and we have a guest in the house, ADEYEMI AROMOLARAN, who is a lecturer and chairman of ASUP from Yaba College of Technology. You're welcome to our studios.
Thank you very much.
Yes, today we're discussing the issue of Adamawa politics. And yes, it was said that the House of Assembly did serve a notice of impeachment to the governor as well as to his deputy. Who wants Nyako out? And that is a question we're asking this morning. Mr. ADEYEMI AROMOLARAN, who wants Nyako out?
Thank you very much. Who wants Nyako out? If we have to postulate and just imagine that from this end, we are far away from Adamawa. What we say is there are a lot of people that will be gunning for Nyako's head.
Mm-hmm.
You look at Nyako has a number of issues he's contending with. From the states, we have the former national chairman of the party, Bamanga Tuko, is there. And we can say Nyako ended his career rising profile, political profile in this dispensation. So what do you expect? There must be payback. Again, our Amibu, former governor of Lagos State, military administrator, the former military administrator of Lagos State, is also from Adamawa, who felt frustrated out of APC and moved to PDP. He's also there. He's also a power block. Senator Jubril Aminu is also there. He's another powerful political gladiator from that state. Then we now have the attributes that are not helpful, that are personal to the governor himself. He decamped from PDP without making sure that he carried his political machines. Supposedly. I mean, he had about 27 House members.
25, actually.
25, good. House members in PDP when he was decamping, did any one of them follow him? It's a fundamental issue. You can't follow your house, they camp along with you. They're on your side. Then again, you see, is a age-longer professional antecedent is a factor that is not so helpful in politics. Being a former military officer is not a grassroots political player. It does not have the attributes of Democrats. So he's finding it difficult to really penetrate the grassroots. The immediate successor is also there, Bonnie Haruna. What would you say? He's in PDP also. So talk of who is who in Adamawa. Maybe the only person we didn't mention that we regarded as the number one in Adamawa, Abubakar Atiku. And we cannot 100% say yes, Abubakar Atiku will be happy with him, because we know they have had it rough
all along.
Yes. So wherever it's playing out now, it's just tolerating.
Nyako was served an impeachment notice in 2008. At that time, he was still with the PDP. What do you think is the difference between 2008 and 2014 now?
No, what we say is, what was the outcome of that notice then? Because it was in PDP, everything was manipulated out. But today, and PDP had the majority then.
Yes.
But today, is no more in PDP. Is no more in PDP. So let us see. And you see, in politics, wit goes a long way to really count as the strength of individual. For if he is blessed with the wits, the political wits, we are not talking of military wits. Even his antecedents in this democratic dispensation is really telling us he's not an excellent military guy. Because it is believed that the military training plus the strategies should place a military, former military personnel at a higher pedestal. He's not really showing that he really had a good tutorial in strategies. Because everything you talk of who is who in our politics, you can't get up to 10% striking their chest for him.
So why had they, as a governor, stayed that long if all of these people had been complaining all along? So what sustained him?
And that's what I'm saying. You see corruption in the country. The House of Assembly that served him a letter, are they clean? Are they honest? Are they doing it out of commitment, out of the interest of the states? Are they doing it to really enthrone decency? I mean, we have an allegation against them now, which is dividing their ranks. They are paid 250 million, 10 per each. Why some rejected? Others jumped at it. So you can see the level of decay there. So it's just a matter. He can get out of this. He can get out of this.
Let's look at the political gimmicks and interests alongside all of these. Nyako defected to the APC last year, December.
Yes.
Now we're in June. Some have asked that why is it happening now? And some are of the opinion that this might not be far-fetched from his outright opposition to the presidency. Some of people linked it with what happened to the former CBN governor, that it looks like the moment you say something against this administration, then they are all after you. What are your thoughts along that line?
Oh, you see, let us be factual. Even if he has not heard in other areas, if there is no allegation of financial misappropriation, administration, maladministration, if there are none against him, mere fact that he defected from the state party, which brought him into the office to opposition party, is sufficient enough for him to be impeached. It is sufficient enough for him to be impeached, having defected to APC. It is politics. That means he's not representing the interest of the majority, the party ruling in the states. And they are justified. If on that alone, it is politics. He got to that position of the trust, the PDP entered in him. And at the time he dished them, without carrying along his legislative harm. And if the legislative now deem fit with the party machineries decided to say, Mister, you can't continue to be our governor, then they are justified.
With the likes of Professor Jibril Aminu, such heavyweights, they've never had joy working with Murtala Nyako. And I did ask the question, why had the party machinery sustained him all this long? Because during the impeachment proceedings, when the motion was tabled, one of the members did ask, why now? Why are we doing this now? How many months left for Murtala Nyako?
You see,
why now?
Everything is politics. Let's get it straight. Even if it remains 2 days to the end of his tenure, the power that be may say, look, we will not allow you to have a glorious exit. But for the fact that, look, I said it, his military background does not permit him to really integrate himself into the grassroots politics. So he's not playing the politics very well. That is why the majority are not on his side.
He was the chief of naval staff.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
That's the echelon.
He was used to military politics, not the democratic politics, which you have to penetrate the grassroots and have their backings. If indeed, if he's a grassroots man, then you will see that the streets of Adamawa will have been overtaken by the common man, the masses. But who are the people feeding the masses? All these people, the likes of Abubakar Atiku. He's a power broker, we all know that. If the man is keeping quiet, keeping mute, it's just because the relationship is just tolerating. The presidency will be out to make sure that, yes, they sink this man. His purported letter of a genocide against the people of the North did not receive support that is expected because he did not articulate his points, he did not substantiate his allegations. That rather hand him more knocks. So if you look at everything, Nyako is not a brilliant man.
Let's look at the security situation of Adamawa as we speak. The notice of impeachment already caused some level of outcry from the people. How does all of this impact on the fight against insurgency in that state?
Yes. You see, the issue of insurgency emanated from political disagreements. We all know in Nigeria, it is political disagreement that brought about this insurgencies. And I see the impeachment elevating the level of insurgency in Adamawa. That means if I can't have it, let me destroy it. That is what's more likely to happen. We must not deny that fact. But we will ask ourselves the truth. The painful thing is that the legislators, the members of the House of Assembly, they are not honest. They are not sincere. Some of the issues they have leveled against him as allegations, most of them are predated to 2012, 2013. What have they been looking at? That means they are not actually, they just managed to put together issues.
You mean that substantiates the fact that it's politically motivated?
Yes. All I know is that even if it is for singular reasons that it defected to PDP, I mean APC. From PDP, it is sufficient enough to impeach. But you will look at it this way, that you see the man is not brilliant. We have a governor that has faced and is still facing more than this, and is still surviving. That is what we are preaching.
It's all right. We'll get to all of that as time goes on. You recall that we spoke earlier about the Imbroglio currently going on at the Hello Chamber of the River State House of Assembly. A similar situation, of course, is what is being experienced in faraway South Edo State, you know, far away from Adamawa. Now, how all of these impact on political opposition, countdown to 2015, would be our next point of focus when we come back after this break for the news. But let me quickly intimate you with our social media feeds because we'd love to hear from you. On Facebook, it's facebook.com/CallTV News. Like that page and you'll have access to interact with us in our live studios. Follow us on our Twitter handle at CallTVNewsNG, as well as on YouTube. It's youtube.com/CallTV. Leave a space and the news. ADEYEMI AROMOLARAN, a lecturer and of course asset president of the Abitech College of Technology, will be with us when we come back after this break. Stay with us.
Come June 21, it will be decision day for the people of Ekiti. 18 candidates are gunning for one seat.
I am the next governor of Ekiti.
But the people will have the final say.
I know that tolerance has a very big place.
Join extensive coverage of the election and get up to the many details as development unfolds.
I'm the voice of the Ekiti people.
With expert analysis from the best political team on television.
And that's honesty of INEC. Without
Join us all day June 21 to find out who emerges the next governor of Ekiti State.
We have agreed to move this state forward.
Keep a date with us on CallTV News. You can also watch us live on our website on www.calltvnews.com, a 24-hour news station.